people. So hello, it's Halloween, so I thought I would just try and scare you. Just doing my usual, waiting for my video to pop up on my page so that I can share it with the special ladies in my free Facebook group, Energize Women with Jen. So just give me a second. And by the way, heads up, there's trick-or-treaters everywhere here in Baldivis. So if you hear barking in the background, it's little Buddy, the Chihuahua, trying to eat the children. So I apologise in advance for if that happens. Almost there. It's got this strange picture on there. Anyway, we'll see if it works. Okay, apparently it's working. So let's just close that so it doesn't distract me. I'm already distracted thinking about trick-or-treaters and Halloween. Tonight's topic, first of all, for those who don't know you, I'm Jen Turnham. I'm the host of Energize Women with Jen. There's Buddy, not sure if you heard that. It's a free Facebook group for busy women who are often too busy, tired or overwhelmed to actually focus on themselves, put themselves first and find time to do the things that give them happiness. So the group is all about finding that time. Tonight's topic is, I called it Go Small or Go Home. It's kind of a follow-on from last week when I talked about having a massive to-do list and trying to do it all. So see if you can relate to any of this. So not only is your to-do list massive, but it also feels never-ending. You never feel satisfied with your progress, because even if you do cross a couple of things off, there's always probably another 5 things waiting to be added to the list. Every time you think about your massive to-do list, it's overwhelming. And it's, I suppose, another situation where it feels like you're just on that hamster wheel and you're just running and you're not actually getting anywhere. You never actually get on top of your to-do list. So if you can relate to this, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, then please comment "me too" in the comment section so that I know that I'm on track with these topics. A couple of things I would like to, I suppose, highlight about this never-ending to-do list that we seem to be struggling with these days. So a few points to remember. Number one, we cannot do it all. It's impossible. So if we realise this and we accept this and we actually make an effort to cut some stuff out and cross it off the list, it can actually be quite a liberating feeling. The other thing to remember is that if we continue in the way that we're currently going, which is having that massive to-do list, we're never going to feel fulfilled, we're never going to feel satisfied, and we're pretty much going to live in a permanent state of overwhelm, which is not good for anybody. And if there's always something else or 10 something else's to add to your already overflowing to-do list, then how can we expect to find happiness and peace when there's this, it's almost like our to-do list becomes this black cloud that always follows us around. Some opportunities that I wanted to present to you to change this situation. So if all of the things that I've just mentioned really hit home with you, then these are a couple of things that, a couple of opportunities you have to change things. Number one, have a look at your list and choose some things to actually cross off the list. Excuse me. I'll give you a bit of an example of how I did this. So a couple of years ago, prior to me starting this business, I'm assuming you know what business I'm talking about. Prior to me starting my Jennifer J Dream Chaser business, which has now morphed into Layman's Brain Science, which is going to be online courses for busy women. So prior to starting the business, I had a couple of part-time jobs. And what I realized is that one of the jobs is really flexible. So there was always, again, a big to-do list and lots to do. And the other job that I had was kind of just getting in the way of everything else. So every time I needed to do work for that particular job, it was taking me away from stuff that I was really enjoying in my kind of what I call my main part-time job. So what I did was I basically resigned from the other job, and it allowed me to focus on the one thing, the one part-time job that I had. It was quite a I suppose scary decision to make to start with, because I was a little bit worried about finances. Was I going to be making enough money from the one part-time job? But what I found is that when I made the decision, it was like the cloud had cleared from over my head, and it enabled me to be better at my main part-time job, because I wasn't getting distracted and overwhelmed by the things that this other part-time job was bringing into my to-do list. So moral of the story, because that was quite a convoluted explanation, moral of the story is it can be scary, but it's very liberating when you actually do remove things from your plate or remove things from your to-do list. Another opportunity to change this situation of having an overwhelming to-do list is to choose smaller goals. And this is why I called this video Go Small or Go Home. Choosing smaller goals is about choosing one thing that you're going to focus on. It doesn't mean that you no longer have big goals and big dreams that you're working towards. All it means is that you break the big goals down into smaller, more manageable chunks for your brain to focus on, and then that is all you focus on. So you put everything else out of your mind and you choose. So that's what I mean by choosing smaller goals. And the last opportunity to change this situation that I wanted to share with you is focus on that one thing. So that smaller goal that you've decided that's going to be your focus, just focus on that one thing, whether it be a goal for the week, a goal for the day, even a goal for the next hour can be really helpful to just narrow your focus down. So I'd like to invite you now to do a couple of things to see if this is perhaps an area that could be of benefit to you if you work on it in a bit more detail. So take out your to-do list. Whether some people have it in their brain, I can't do that because I can't keep all the information straight. So it might be on your computer, it might be in a notebook, it might be on a piece of paper. Have a look at your to-do list and be honest with yourself. Are there a number of items that aren't even on there yet, but are in your brain and they're circling around? Another honesty question or self-reflection question: when you look at your to-do list, do you feel overwhelmed? And if the answer to those two questions is yes, then I think that's a pretty big sign that this is an area that you could benefit from a few changes. That's pretty much it for tonight. So let's continue this conversation in my free Facebook group, Energized Women with Jen. There's a link to the group in the post attached to this video. So if you are a woman, obviously, it's called Energized Women, then please feel free to click on the link and join our group. We would love to have you and your ideas. And that's where this conversation will continue. Have a great Tuesday night, have fun trick-or-treating if that's what you're choosing to do tonight. Remember, go small or go home. Start crossing those items off your to-do list. And by crossing them off, I don't mean do them. I mean just get rid of them and decide you're not even going to bother. Anyway, that's it for me. Have a good night, and I will see you next week. I'm going away to the USA on holidays soon, so I will take a break for a couple of weeks, but I will let you know on Facebook when that's going to happen. Have a great Tuesday. Happy Halloween. Good night.